Angeles Theater Club, and for the 19th annual Tannen's Magical Jubilee. We're very glad to have you with us, and ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a tremendous treat. First of all, let me remind you, right after our show is over, the dealer's stores, there are 37 different ones, and they're in both of our rooms. We have our convention hall and our roller rink. They're right next door to each other. There are 37 different stores. So right after the show, we'd like to have you just go up there, and then again, come back here, because we have a tremendous, tremendous show for you, our second show. I don't want to talk to you as an MC and try to sell you on it, but we have a tremendous talent, a fellow that I'm sure we wouldn't want you to miss. His name is Scott Record, and we believe he's going to be one of our big, big stars in the very near future. In addition to that, in our Brown Derby, we'll have a lecture by Paul Harris right after our regular show. So you see, you have a great treat in store for you all evening long. But right now, we do have a great show for you here. But before we get it underway, it's my pleasure at this point to present the two gentlemen who are the managing directors of this whole particular thing. Two gentlemen I've been associated with for the past 9 years that you've been coming here to Bronx. So ladies and gentlemen, with a nice big warm reception, I'm sure you all know them, Mr. Tony Spina and Jack Ferrero. Come on, let me hear it.
Good evening again, and welcome to our 19th Jubilee. Before we begin the festivities, I'd like to make just a couple of announcements for people who don't know. We're starting our magic camp, our 8th magic camp at LaSalle Military Academy, and we'll be taking reservations for the camp, and flyers will be going out. So if any of you parents want your children to really learn how to do magic and learn presentation, this is the place to send them. We have a lot of boys that are who came from the camp who could attest to the fact that we really go all out, and some of our talent, some of our really great talent is coming from this camp. Thank you. And now, also I'd like to mention, we're in negotiations now with Mrs. Brown, who I'd like to thank very much. Mrs. Brown, where are you? For being a very cordial hostess and just a beautiful, beautiful person. And we're contemplating our 20th Jubilee, which of course will be here at Brown's Hotel. And now, thank you. And now I'd like to introduce my partner, Jack Ferrero, who would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. I know that I'm having a great time this year, and I hope you are too. I'm quite sure you are. It's been so fantastic this year. We had vibes about 3 or 4 days ago, but they were positive vibes. And they really have been coming true. I'm completely elated about the way things are going, and I hope you are. And tonight's show will prove it even more so. But at this time, we would like to introduce our former partner and dear friend, Irv Tannen. Let's bring him on.
Well, I'm very, very happy to be here once again. Lucky I didn't trip over the wire. Solve all the problems. And just have a great time. God willing, we'll see you again next year. Tony?
Thank you, Eric. And now, as you know, as you can see by your medallions, we're dedicating this whole weekend, this whole Jubilee, to really, I think, one of the great, great men of magic. For me, it was a boyhood dream come true. I don't know how many of you people know the story, but I went up to Tannen. I was 14 years old. And when I walked into the store, Tannen sold me my first trick. And when I became a partner, then finally, progressing that I became the owner and director along with Jack, it fulfilled an ambition for me that's beyond words. And to me, I think right now this is the greatest tribute that we could pay to the man who started the whole thing, the man who planted the foundation of one of the biggest and greatest magical organizations, Mr. Lou Tannen.
very much. I just wanted to come out to thank two people who have done a terrific job, and to thank them for dedicating this show to me, the 19th Jubilee. Next year, the 20th, let's hope we'll be here again and enjoy it once again. Well, I just want to say this has been a terrific convention so far, and I do hope you people feel the same, because these boys have really gone all out to entertain you and make you comfortable. So here's Tony again, and Tony, you finish.
Okay, thank you, Lou. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I mentioned this afternoon in one of the lectures, there's always something new at Lou Tannen's. So if you bear with us a moment while we set the stage, I'd like to introduce for the first time what I think and what we all think at this time is the best illusion, or the most outstanding illusion I think that has come our way in some time. Just one moment and we'll be all set.
Family one.
gentlemen. Here's a gentleman that's been responsible for building all the illusions for the new Tannen company. And I think he did a great job there. Thank you very, very much. You know, ladies and gentlemen, over the years I had the pleasure of presenting many, many fine personalities connected with Lou Tannen. And many of the personalities of the world of magic have come up here and emceed the show. And tonight, I have the pleasure of really presenting your master of ceremonies for the rest of the show. Gentleman who really needs no introduction to you folks out there. First of all, he has been the creator, the star of Wonderama on television for the past 13 years. On top of that, he has created the show called Kids Are People Too on ABC, and now you will be seeing him in the spring in a brand new show called Tuned In. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who needs no introduction, but a great, great talent, Mr. Bob McAllister. Bob McAllister.
Hey, thank you very much. Gee, it's good to be here. My name is Bob, and I'm a magician. I can show you a great magic trick. Check it out. Look at this. Watch. Ready for this, guys? Huh? Look at that, huh? Okay. Now, well, maybe I'm not the greatest magician in the world, but I sure learned from a lot of good magicians. As a matter of fact, when I was a kid, I used to go to a magic shop in New York City, and I went to several of them because on 42nd Street there was Max Holden, and there was a fella named Abbott's had one, and Ken Allen used to run that, and God bless Lou Tannen. I used to go to see Lou all the time, but there was a place down on 34th Street, and oh, was it fun. As a matter of fact, there used to be an agent named Mark Letty, and he used to book this man on the Ed Sullivan Show all the time. And the man's name was Al Flasso. And, well, a few of you know him, huh? Well, Al was known as the original Coney Island faker, and he was one of the dearest people I ever knew. And I'd go in the back room, and Al have boxes of stuff all over. And Mark used to kid around, and he'd say, to go in Al's shop, you have to take your shoes off because it's so neat in there. Well, it wasn't quite that neat, but he was one of the warmest human beings ever. And when I did Wonderama, I had the good pleasure of putting Al on, I guess, more times than any magician that I had. And I put together a little something that I think you'll enjoy to start off our evening. It's a tribute to Al Flasso. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, a tribute to the one and only, the original Coney Island faker, Mr. Al Flasso.
Okay, total of 3 of them.
interrupt this photo. I'll put you up there. You remember both of them?
Got him out. Couldn't forget him.
Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to shuffle a little pack of cards, and I'm going to have little Oscar pick out the cards that you two people select. Now, Oscar, this is early morning. No, don't be in a hurry, Oscar. See how Hey, you remember one of your cards?
Yeah, I sure do.
You're going to tell the truth. Oscar, pick out the card.
That's it.
You remember the other card, Oscar?
No, he's Oscar. I'm Bob.
Don't be in a hurry. He's hungry.
Yeah, I see that.
Happy night. That's your card. Now, don't tell me the name of your card. You know what she said? She said the only way that the poor little duck can pick out the card is because he sees the cards. Do you believe that?
Oh, I don't believe that.
To make sure that you're wrong. This is the card. Yeah, I got it. I got it. There it is.
No.
The little pile of cards. Right?
No.
Was it the five of hearts? You remember the card?
Yes.
What was it?
It was the 9 o'clock.
Was it? Well, you gotta rub his nose a little bit and get the 9 o'clock. Well, for us, we done very well early in the morning. Tell you what I want you to do, Sonny. Take a very deep breath. Well, we don't need this anymore. See the hole in there, Sonny? Where do you see a hole? Get away from me. Squeeze the egg. That's an outstanding straight. Look at this. Here it is, children. When you go home, get a little bag, 12 inches square, turn it inside out, outside it. Take the egg, place it down at the bottom of the bag. Who's 11? No, I said you put the egg in the bag. You heard me, Sonny? You saw the egg on the bag? I got the wrong boy. You saw the egg on the bag? Now feel the bottom of the bag, Ellie. What is it? Feel it with the other hand. The other hand, what is it now? Feel with both hands. What is it now? Oh, you squeeze dog. You see what she done? She made lemonade. Now take that. Take that. Can you imagine that? Oh, Richard, look at this. Wait a minute, Richard, look at this. Half man, half woman. What a man, what a man. Hold your hand up. Oh, let me see what he did. Can you imagine that? He brought his lunch with him. He brought his lunch with him. Hold your hand up, Richard. Hold your hand up. Sharamagula, beef stula, lalapula. Now the boy is sleeping. Are you sleeping? That's what I thought. This is the part where I cut his head off and place it in the cave. Don't worry, Sonny, you won't feel a thing. Here it is. Watch the professor. Open your mouth, Sonny. Half an hour back this tonsil. Blow it in here. That's good. Take it out. Get away from the head. Keep your hand down, Sonny. Look at this. Go in a little cave, even it's right over here. Look, I got it. Up in the air and a little hole right there. Two of them. There they are, folks. Look, here it is. 1, 2. Stepping outward all the time. This one. Bottom of the little can, of course. That's a little harder. Look, up in the air. Oh, Mitchell, Mitchell. Let him come down. Look at this one over here. That one over there. Take it out, Mitchell. Leave it there. Pull the other one in there. That boy is all right. Well, let me see. How do you feel, Mitchell? He feels good. Just a minute. Feel that one over here, Mitchell? Just a minute, Mitchell. I got it. I got it. I got it. Let me see. There's another one over here, and there's another one over there. Well, that boy is all right. It's all right. Mitchell, wait a moment, Sonny. Oh, I got it. Oh, Mitchell, I got it. I got it over here. Mitchell, I got it. What? I didn't get it, did I? Open your mouth. 2 more. He's all right. Give me a left there, left, right.
It's a man that we all love, Al Faso. Kind of a nice way to start a Saturday night show, I think. And we have something else that we'd like to, another nice thing. Jackie, are you here somewhere? Jackie Flasso was talked about by his dad so many times. Jackie, come on up and let's have a nice hand for Jackie Flasso. And Jack and Tony, I think you have a special presentation to make for Jackie. Jackie, come on up. Over there. Jackie, come on. Here he is. Jackie Faso. Come on.
Jackie, on behalf of the Tannen organization, we'd like to present this memento plaque, which reads, in memory of the original Coney Island faker, Al Flasso, for his valuable contributions to the fine art of magic. From Louis Tannen Incorporated, Tony Speed and Jack Ferrero, directors, at their 19th Magic Jubilee, September 19th, 1981. We're very proud.
I just want to thank Tony and Jack and Bob and McAllister for really a wonderful job, and especially Lou Tannen, because my father always said that he actually put Lou Tannen in the business. And this is true. When Lou Tannen he was a newspaper boy, and he had a bicycle route, and instead of making the rounds, he used to go down to Coney Island, spend the whole day with my father. My father kept him there, and he was shilling for him all day long, and so he didn't, this is true, and as naturally to make him a big man with his mother and father, my father bought all his newspapers, so they didn't think their son was being corrupted. And Al Flasso corrupted him so much he became a millionaire. That's pretty good. And I just want to leave you in my father's philosophy all through his life, and magicians should remember 5 words: stand up straight, my boy. Thank you.
Tonight's a special show. We have people from all over the world. Our first young man is 16 years old, and he is a gem. He's from Oahu. He's recently won a prize at the FISM convention for being the finest young performer there. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say we get our show started with a nice round of applause for a young man? His name is John Hiraoka.